Alright, so in this lesson, you're going to learn about this piece called the queen. And the first thing I want you to know about this piece is that it is the strongest fighting piece in the entire game of chess. The reason that the queen is the strongest fighting piece is that it has the powers of a rook and a bishop combined. So this means that not only can the queen move like a rook along ranks and along files, but it can also move along diagonals. Not only does it have that power, but it has the power to move along both sets of diagonals. So it's not limited to just these light squared diagonals like your light squared bishop. It can move onto the dark squares, and now it can move along the dark squared diagonals. So it's really a strong piece. So queens get blocked up if you have one of your own pieces on their path. So for this instance, if there was one of its own pieces along this file, this queen can now still go to this square or this square along this file, but it can't go over and it can't go around in one move. It can only go to this square. Now, it doesn't have to go along that way. It can still go along this diagonal or this rank or this diagonal, but if it wanted to move this direction, it can only go as far as this D3 square. Now, if instead of this being your piece, it was one of your opponent's pieces, queens capture in the same direction that they move. So they can capture at diagonals, they can capture just like rooks moving along ranks and files. So in this circumstance, the queen can go to any of these squares, and it could go to this square, but it could also go and capture that piece on that move. So now that you know how the queens move, try to play a few games of the pawn wars with the queens added in. Just like the bishops, you notice that there's this wall of pawns in front, and since the queen cannot jump over the pieces, you have to open up lines for the queen to move. So you could either move this pawn and open up a diagonal for the queen, or you can move this piece and then open up this pathway for the queen, which that would be one move. After the next move, it could get out to here and into the game. Have fun playing this game. As long as you can remember how these pieces called the queens move for this lesson, you'll be doing great, and I'll see you back here in the next lesson. Thanks for watching.